Hey, high achiever. I know you care deeply about goals, performance, and accomplishments, but you might feel stuck sometimes. And that's where I come in. My name is Charlene Jefferson, and I am a certified high performance coach, here to guide you as you create intentional habits and routines that will get you to the next level. Whether you want to grow in your career, business, relationships, health, or hobbies, I'll help you propel your goals forward through the habit of living. Welcome to episode 2 of The Habit of Living. Today we'll talk about the 6 habits that you can do right now that can elevate your living. These 6 habits will allow you to live fully, live elevated, and to live out. You will also learn 4 things that you need more of right now that will increase your power in every arena of your life. And of course, I'll talk about how you don't have to do this alone, how I can help. So let's get into the episode. Let's talk about what you need more of right now. I'm going to cover and share with you 4 things that you can do today. These 4 things will empower you to take back your life, take back your career, and to take back your business with greater vision, necessity, tenacity, and show up power. So let's get into the first thing that you can do right now. And the first thing is your show up power. Now, I know you're thinking, what is your show up power, Charlene? Well, simple. It's how you show up in every arena of your life. It's how you show up in your relationships, whether that be at work with colleagues or at home with your significant other or your children. It's how you show up to your clients if you're a business owner, or even how you show up to your customers. It's how you show up in life. For example, or in your career rather, in your role, like if you're a manager or senior manager, director, or even a CEO, how are you showing up in your role? And most importantly, are you doing it well consistently? And that is all about what your show up power is. Now, show up power is that momentum, right? It's creating that momentum for your life, your career, and your business. And one thing that I know for sure is that during this pandemic, we have all gotten out of that momentum, right? That rhythm that we had set out to be in was disrupted by this pandemic. And now here we are 3 years, into it. And I know we're coming out of it, but we've gotten out of that show up power. Many times we've said to ourselves, okay, when things get back to normal, I'll start showing up more. When things are, a little bit easier and quieter, I'll show up more. But I'm asking you, why wait? When working with my clients, I always talk about taking action. And I help my clients reestablish this rhythm right now in the world we're in right now. There's no need to wait. Let's go ahead and let's show up in your power today in your life, in your career, and in your business. We work together. We come up with a plan for their life, career, or business, something that they can enact on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly basis that allows them to work towards achieving the goals and their dreams. Now, because we all need a little help when it comes to discipline, when it comes to consistency, and creating that structure that allows us really to develop that rhythm and a momentum that we need to meet our life, career, and business goals. Your rhythm, if you want to think about it this way, your rhythm is your progress. It's your momentum. It's how you build your confidence. So right now, if you're feeling like you don't know how to do something, and it's most likely because you've never tried. The only way we can become more confident in doing something is if we create that momentum. Well, first we have to start. And the more you start and the more you will continuously and consistently do that thing, you build that momentum, you build that consistency, and your confidence is building because you're always getting better. So that is what your rhythm is. Now, for business owners, this may look like if you're wanting to show up more for your clients when, you're not directly in front of them in a one-on-one call or session. This may be creating and scheduling your content on your social media, leveraging a scheduling tool. There's free tools out there or there's paid tools out there that will allow you to schedule your content ahead of time. if you're looking for promotion in your career, this may be scheduling time with your manager to have development conversations and understand how they can help you reach your career goals. This also may be, looking for upskilling sessions where you can develop the skills you need based on that conversation you have with your manager. So if there's training, raise your hand for that training, sign up for it. It's about taking action and doing what's necessary to move you forward in your life, your career, and your business. To apply this in a life goal, let's just say you have some weight goals, right? You may need to take action in that if you're looking to lose weight, gain weight, tone, whatever it is, right? Schedule, maybe 3 times a week, 30 minutes. Get a walk in, get a run in, lift some weights. Just start small, but you have to take action to show up, and you have to do it consistently. What does show up power look like? It looks like taking consistent action, and that is what I help my clients to do. Showing up consistently, empowered, and achieving their dreams. That's point 1. Point 2 is necessity. This is another thing that you can do right now. And what is necessity? Necessity is quite simply the daily work. What is it you need to do to reach your goals? Whether that be personally, you may need to work on some habits. You may need to work on how your thoughts are impacting, how you're behaving. Necessity is really that daily work. It's where oftentimes many of us struggle, to be honest with you, because it makes us get really real about what it takes to achieve that goal. It makes us look at, who we are, and we may be lacking in areas, right? We may need to reach out for expert help and knowledge to fill in those gaps so that we can connect to the why we started in the first place. That's what your necessity is. It's your why. It's what you're working for. It's that daily work. So with that said, over the past 3 years, let's just face it, it's been a doozy, right? It's been chaos after chaos after chaos. And quite frankly, what do humans do when we experience chaos? Well, first thing is we don't feel the necessity to strive hard. We don't feel like we need to work that hard. We actually don't want to adapt, and we sometimes we just are scared to adapt, and we don't want to skill up. Well, in fact, the human homeostatic response to chaos is to retreat, to dial back, and find that place of comfort. Find that place of convenience and ease. We want to curl up with that blanket, our favorite blanket, our favorite space in the house, with our favorite drink and food. And we just want that comfort zone. We want that warmth. We want that familiarity. But we all know that we do not grow in comfort zones. We all know that that place of familiarity is not where we become our best version of ourselves. So remembering your why, remembering that daily work is your why. And so to create necessity, you have to make it psychologically necessary to do the work. No ifs, ands, or buts. Now, I'm not saying that you can't take days off. That's not what I'm saying. Yes, you should give yourself grace and not get caught up in that will of perfectionism. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is that too many days we let ourselves off the hook. And right now, before you know it, if you let yourself off, 3 years have passed. How many are there? Is this resonating with anyone? I mean, you let yourself off the hook. All of a sudden, 1 month has passed, 2 months, then all of a sudden 12 months, and now we're here at 3 years. It's time to get to work. It's time to remember to create necessity and connect to our why. To me, necessity means you're driven. It means you're hungry to show up on a daily basis to work towards your vision, your goals, and to achieve them. This is what I help my clients do. I help my clients get back in that driver's seat, to reclaim the captain's chair on the ship of life, take back that personal responsibility that this collective turmoil has stolen from them. So how do you know when you lack necessity? Well, quite simply, when you're inconsistent. Think about how many things, over these past few weeks, months, years that you've started and all of a sudden you stopped doing. And again, anyone resonating with this? I resonate with this for sure. I'm human. You kind of start, you stop them, you've thought about it, you've written it down, you started, you stop them. It's this circle, right? How many things? We lack consistency. The root cause of lacking necessity is the lack of consistency. And I want to help you get that back. I want to help you reclaim your time. I want to help you reclaim your life plan and reclaim your why. This is exactly what I help my clients do in my coaching program. What is the third thing that you can do right now? The third thing is you can be tenacious. And being tenacious is simply being obsessed with your goals, being obsessed with your life plan for your life, your career, or your business. Are you obsessed with your goals today? Because if not, how have you written them? What language are you using? Perhaps it's not motivating you and you're not disciplined in it because it's lackluster. It's not written well. It's not even the goal you set out. It's the beginnings of you figuring out the actual goal. Are you motivated towards your goal? Do you have tenacity? Tenacity is having that can-do, no-quit outlook as it relates to your goals. If you think of these past 7 days, again, how many things have you started and you stopped because it got too hard? You got overwhelmed. You couldn't figure it out. How many things? You decided to put it in the bucket of later. You've decided to parking lot it. How many things? How many things have you started and stopped because they got too hard? Have you been tenacious? It's a great question. I'm sitting here saying it to you, but I'm thinking about something that I'm not being tenacious about in my own mind. And so I'm going to go back to that later because I need to be more tenacious in that area myself. And so, again, thinking about what do you need to be more tenacious in as it relates to your life goals, your career goals, or your business goals. Those things that you put in the parking lot, those things that you put in the bucket of later, do they need to be there? What can you do now to start taking action on them and be tenacious in doing so? We actually lack tenacity, and this is because we don't have the grit to push through when it gets harder. We need to redevelop that grit. We need to push through some things when it gets hard. We don't need to just retreat back to what's comfortable and what's familiar. That is not how we develop into the best version of ourselves. That is not how we improve. Let's be tenacious. Now, one of the things that, when you work with me and my clients' experience is that we're going to do the right task. We're going to get those tasks done. And I'm not talking about like busy work or busy tasks. I'm talking about life work that actually moves you forward, in your life goals, in your career goals, in your business goals that, will take you and elevate in those areas, whether it be a life goal, career goal, or business goal. We're going to elevate you in those areas. This is even if we need to pivot or transition. No matter what we do, we're going to achieve the goal that moves you forward in your life, your career, or your business. We're going to do it tenaciously. So, what is the fourth thing that you can do right now? It's create your vision. How many of you have a vision? If you don't have a vision right now, it's not too late to write one. Take some time after this podcast, write down your vision. If you think about it, the company or the business or organization you work for, they have a vision. And guess what? They know what each department, function, and team does in order to work towards that one vision. Everything they do, everything that department, team, and function does is working towards achieving that vision. And you and we are no different. We must have a vision. We must know why and what we're working towards. and that is your vision. So create your vision, know what it is, and know what you need to do to work towards it. You should have a vision for your life because, again, everything you do is shaped around that vision. Your beliefs, your thoughts, your habits, your actions and behaviors, even your community should all support you achieving that vision. And if it's not, we need to talk. We need to talk about what needs to happen next, because everything you're attached to should serve your highest and best self. I help my clients to elevate their vision and bring it into greater awareness so that they can achieve and work towards it with greater purpose, greater joy, and well-being. So vision, tenacity, necessity, and rhythm are 4 things that you can do right now today. You can develop them right now today and this week to be more powerful. And this is going to impact positively in every arena of your life. And that leads me into the 6 habits of the world's most successful people. These habits are going to elevate your living. And these are the 6 pillars of high performance. So you're going to need that vision. You're going to need the tenacity, the necessity, and that rhythm in order to transform your life and use these 6 pillars to elevate your life, career, and your business. So the first habit is psychology. And this is where really you're thinking in your mind, what and who are you? What is your identity? Who do you want to show up as? And what does that person need to do? Your psychology. Am I living my truth? Am I living with that? Not just as the person I am now, but to the best version of me, the person I'm becoming, the person in the future. Am I living my truth? The second habit is physiology. Do I have the energy I deserve? When we think about the emotional and the physical energy of who we need to be and who we want to become, do we have that? Is our physiology aligning to that? Or are we sitting around eating everything that we can possibly find and then getting that itis and we can't, do the thing that we were supposed to do and prepare for the conference that we're going to speak in front of tomorrow? Do we have enough energy and the energy that you deserve to do the things you need to do? The third habit is productivity. What must I do today to progress my life? Not just understanding, and doing things and a lot of things and being busy, but are these things progressing my life today? Or am I just doing nothing? Because to be quite honest, we talk about making decisions here and taking action. When you don't make a decision, that is an action. Indecision is a decision. So are you being productive and doing the things that will progress your life, or are you just doing busy work? The fourth habit is purpose. How can I operate in my purpose and serve greatly right now? Do you know what your purpose is? Do you feel connected to it? Are you feeling like you're actually doing things that are aligning with your purpose? Do you operate in your purpose, and are you able to serve greatly right now in it? The fifth habit is presence. At what level am I showing up right now, emotionally, physically, and in my vibrancy? When I'm in a room, am I bringing energy, high energy into the room? Do people say, when I'm in the room with such and such, I just feel so energized. I feel so inspired. Or are they saying, when I'm in the room with, such and such, I just feel so drained. I get very, stressed and anxious. How is your presence when you're with your children? Are you all on the phones and you're just lacking that connection? What and how is your presence? How is your presence in your relationship with your spouse, with your significant other, with your manager? How and what is your presence? How is your vibrancy? Are you just, arms folded, sitting back, leaning over, like you just could care less if you were there or not? Remember, show up power. You got to show up vibrant and with energy. Remember, your why. That necessity is why you're doing it. Connecting to that why. These things are important. That's why I talked about that first. Those 4 things you can do right now, because you're going to need those things to make sure and activate these 6 pillars of high performance. So the sixth habit is persuasion. And persuasion is really, am I growing in my influence? Am I demonstrating bold enthusiasm when I seek to influence others? When we're in the boardroom and we're doing a presentation, am I capturing my audience's attention? Am I keeping their attention? Am I able to influence them towards the thing I'm trying to achieve in that presentation? Am I getting any feedback? Am I able to influence others? Am I growing in my influence? Those are the 6 pillars of high performance: psychology, physiology, productivity, purpose, presence, and persuasion. How are those things for you? From a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being great, where would you rate yourself on those 6 pillars of high performance? The world's most successful people have honed and developed these 6 habits, which have led to them not just achieving success, but they've been able to sustain success over the long term, all the while having positive health, having positive well-being, and relationships. I know that's what you want. So, if you want to know more about the 6 habits that the world's most successful people have and how they develop them, then you should stay tuned for my upcoming webinar, 6 Steps to Create Success. You can register at the link in my show notes, but also stay tuned to my Instagram page at I am Charlene Jefferson for more details. Also, if you're ready to take action and seek expert coaching help to transform and elevate your life, career, business, I am accepting clients into my one-on-one coaching program right now, and I have 4 slots left for 2022. So go to the link in the show notes and register. Go ahead and sign up for that free strategy call, and let's get you on your way to living a life of greater purpose and better habits. Thank you for tuning in to episode 2 of The Habit of Living. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Take care. Thank you so much for listening to the Habit of Living podcast. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with a friend so we can grow our community. It would also mean the world if you left a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. If you want to connect one-on-one, follow me on Instagram at I am Charlene Jefferson or on LinkedIn at the link in our show notes. See you in the next episode.